Hi, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm Kylene with Rise and Shine Yoga and WeHeart.biz and Monco.biz and our success group. I am here every week talking about gratitude. So, very thankful to be here today. I hope you guys are doing well. It's a gorgeous day here again in Missouri. This morning, after teaching Rise and Shine Yoga, I sat outside just for a little bit with my son, and the temperature was like high 60s, and the birds were loud and chirping, and it was really nice and relaxing. So I'm really thankful for that moment today. It was definitely brought even more peace of mind to me as I was getting my day started after teaching some yoga. So I'm happy to be here talking about gratitude. So the reason why we talk about gratitude is because when you're in a state of gratitude, you're in a state of abundance. So therefore, you have more to be thankful for in your life. You start paying attention to all those amazing things that we have around us. Not just the big obvious things, but even the little things. Like, I'm really thankful that I have this comfy chair. I'm thankful I have this platform to share. I'm thankful for my awesome pen that I have, my Our Success Group pen. I just love it. So you start paying attention and really, truly living a life of abundance and appreciation. And when you're in that state of mind, you start to vibrate at that higher frequency, and therefore you start attracting more good things to you. It's a real powerful thing, and it doesn't cost you anything to use gratitude in your life and just to live a life and appreciation. It's like a superpower we all have access to. And so I would encourage you all just to be more mindful of it. And that's a little bit about what we're going to talk about today, just being mindful. But so let me. Aaron, whoop, whoop. Can't believe it's Thankful Thursday already. I know, I can't either. Usually I start that off. That's usually like the first thing I say. I can't believe we're at Thursday already. The weeks seem to go by super fast. It's Mondays, I have these big ideas, and then all of a sudden Wednesday happens, and I'm like, still moving forward, still progressing, but I don't know if that happens to anyone else. But yeah, it's hard to believe Thursday is here, and but we're in the summertime, so I'm really enjoying it. Our son Lewis is home. He's actually taking some summer classes, so it's not really a summer school per se. It's like an enhancement class. So he's learning how to put together a TED Talk. So if anyone's ever listened to a TED Talk before, it's basically a topic that someone goes on a stage and they share their expertise on this certain subject area, whatever it might be. There's all sorts of different topics that people talk about. But anyway, he's going into 6th grade, so he's able to have someone walk him through the steps to put together this TED Talk. And then at the end, he has the option to submit it to TED Ed if he wants. So it's just a real cool enhancement. It's only a few hours a day that he participates in this live class. So I'm really thankful that his school district offered this to him as something he can do this summer. So yeah, very thankful for that. So the week does seem to go by fast, Pamela. I agree. Yeah, it's hard to. Tomorrow's Friday, yay, and the weekend. So just trying to end the week strong, and so that's why I'm thankful that I'm here today talking a little bit about our mindset and how our state of mind can play such a big factor, if not all, the influence in our life, and how we get to choose how we show up in the world, and that includes our state of mind. We get to choose how we respond to things. So going back to E plus R equals O. So I've talked about this in the past. So if you're not familiar, E plus R equals O. It's just a formula based on the success principles, and it's the event. So that's your E plus your R is your response equals your outcome. And so you have zero control over the events in your life. They just happen. Like the weather, for example, is something that we don't have any control over it. But we can control how we respond to it, and that creates our outcome, how we perceive life. That's our perception, how we experience life. So if the weather, in your opinion, isn't what you desire and you respond in a negative state, well, then you're just going to perceive this, whatever kind of weather it is that you don't enjoy. Let's say it's rainy weather. You're going to perceive that and it's going to create negative feelings for you, right? But if you choose to look at it, well, the rain's not going to last forever, and our plants and grass and trees and just in nature in general needs water. We need water. So I'm thankful that it's here. And that's just a way you can change that response to that event, to create an outcome that gives you more desirable feelings inside. I think that's something that we need to kind of, as I'm talking about our mindset, we need to have that be our framework, that we have control of our response. It's our choice how we show up in the world. It's our choice how we respond. And once we realize that, we really become empowered. And I think that is the most, I don't know, I want to say powerful, but I guess I'll go with powerful way. Like when you realize that you can control how you respond to whatever event it is, to create some outcomes that are more desirable for you, it's pretty awesome, right? And if you're not getting the outcomes that you desire or that are feeling good, then keep changing how you respond to that event. Keep trying new things. And so I kind of wanted to lay that out there just for the basis. Yes, empowering, Erin. Thank you. Oh, I missed your other one. I love the sun makes my wife happy. It does. There's something about being in the sun, and I think that's probably why I fell in love with Arizona when I moved there from Minnesota. Is the sun obviously is out there a lot, and it was just in a better mood. It created more positive feelings for me. It just made me feel better. So yeah, thanks for sharing that, Erin. I appreciate that. So our state of mind, what is that really? It's just our mood. It's our mental state. It's where we're how we're feeling and the emotions that we have. So as humans, we're emotional, right? We experience and we have emotions, and that's what makes us human, right? But we get to control that. We can change kind of some of those emotions that we're experiencing. And so we can, we experience anxiety, we can experience stress, we can experience happiness and joy, all of the range of emotions that we have. We get to choose how we kind of stay in that state of mind. And there's things that we can do to help us create more positive feelings, positive states of mind, because at the basis, that's what keeps us moving forward. That's what keeps us in that state of gratitude, in that state of abundance, in that growth mentality to keep attracting more good things to us. So the number one thing that really can impact our state of mind is our focus. And so one of my second favorite quote, is by Tony Robbins. He says, where focus goes, energy flows. So if you're focusing on all the negative things that are happening, or a negative thing that's happening, all that energy that you have is going to go right to that negative thing, right? All that focus is going to that negative force. And therefore, you're going to miss out on all that wonderful stuff that's actually happening because you're just zoned in on that negative thing. And why not just, the negative things are going to happen, right? We get to choose how long we stay there and how we respond to continue to move forward. And so keeping that in mind, there's things that we can do to train our brain to look for the good and not always the bad. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, where focus goes, energy flows by Tony Robbins. Yeah. So we can start training our brain and doing little things to help us along, right? Help our mind along. Just start focusing on the good things instead of all the things that could go bad, right? And I know can be a hard habit to break. I'm working through some things too, to kind of break those thought patterns that we have. But it is possible and we can do it. So taking care of our body is also another part to this. And that also helps boost our mood to more of a positive mood versus those negative moods, anxiety and stress and worry and those kinds of things. So our diet is huge. So drinking lots of water, having a well-balanced diet. I know that's an area that I am focusing on and trying to be more mindful of my diet and getting more water in my system, because the example that I read in an article, it was you wouldn't put the wrong kind of fuel in your car to keep it moving, right? Operating. If you put the wrong fuel in your car, it's not going to run very well, right? It's going to be all clunky and maybe won't even start. So think of yourself as like an engine, and you have to put in the right food to keep moving forward. And I don't know, for me, that analogy worked really well. And it's something that I'm trying to be more mindful of when I look at my own diet. It's definitely an area that I need more work on. But I wanted to share that. Another thing with our body that can really help boost our mood and give us that higher state of mind is exercise. We all know when we go for a walk, when we move our body in any way, it creates those endorphins. It makes us feel good. It energizes us. It clears our mind. All those positive things. When we move our body, all that stuff happens naturally. And it doesn't cost us anything to go for a walk. It doesn't cost us anything to stretch, to sit in our chair and do some chair yoga and stretching, whatever it is. It's something that we can do, and it has so many wonderful benefits for yourself, because it releases those endorphins and to make us feel better. And why not use those things that our body is producing naturally and can produce for us? Why not use that to help our mood get into a more positive space? The other thing, and I know this is challenging for some people, but is sleep. Sleep is so important to our mood. When we're not getting enough sleep, we haven't given our mind enough time to relax. We haven't given our brain that time to repair and recover from a day and process all the things that have happened. So sleep and rest is so critical for our emotional health. And so I think if however you need to do it, keep trying different things. If that's an area that you're struggling with, keep trying something different until you find something that works for you, to make sure you're just getting quality sleep. I think that's really, really important. Rise and Shine Yoga with Kylie is the best. She has helped me so much, and I hate exercise, but love my time with her. Oh, well, thank you. That was really sweet. I don't know who you are, Facebook user. I have some ideas though. But yeah, it's huge. Exercise and sleep and diet, those things, they go together, and it really helps us take care of ourselves and just operate in a more positive headspace. And like Erin said earlier, sunlight, and I shared, I just really love the sunlight. Sunlight's another thing that we can do to help us quickly get into that more positive headspace. It helps to release the serotonin, the happy hormone that is released. And so sunlight is really important too. And another way that we can, help our mind along and getting some more positivity, positive hormones released, and going from there. And then stress, just really doing what we can to reduce our stress. So that's, stress is a part of life, but we get to create how much stress that we have in our life, and we can reduce that by having systems in place to kind of work through all the things that come at us throughout the day. And so really looking at the systems that you have in place for your life, and seeing where maybe you could make some tweaks to kind of operate in a better headspace. So, maybe starting your day and looking at all the different tasks that you have, the first thing you look at in the morning. I know I used to do this all the time. Well, what is that going to do? That's just going to increase your stress right away when you wake up in the morning. So why not, start with a healthier habit? I know Aaron's been really, really good about starting his day with being more mindful with the meditation and journaling. He's got a whole, Aaron, if you're on here, empowered, that's what it's called, Empowered Life program, right? I'm not giving that justice, but he's got a system that he's developed that's really helped him kind of look at where he's at in the morning, how he's feeling, what he's grateful for, and then he moves on to the 5 things that he needs to accomplish that day. And it's just a whole system to have him start in a really positive headspace. For me, I love to have my coffee, and I love to start with yoga and move my body, and I journal, and then I create. Then I go into my day. But for me, that's what's really helped me start my day in a more calm way instead of a chaotic way to start the day. So those are some things to keep in mind that we can really help our mind boost some more positivity. So the other thing that really helped change that state of mind is really begin to examine or identify those limiting beliefs that you might have, because those limiting beliefs are really destructive and they hold us back from really living that life that we really desire. Whatever it might be, those limiting beliefs will hold us back. We know deep down when we're holding ourselves back. We feel it. We have that internal conflict. We might not know why we're doing it. And so that's where that identity is, or identifying those limiting beliefs. And that's where you want to examine what it is that is happening in your life. Sorry, I just heard something out there. Examine those things that are happening in your life and start to really kind of dissect it a little bit, right? So you can put some words to it and then create a new story and how you move forward, right? That's how you do it. You bring awareness to it, and then you get to learn and then grow and move past it. And then you can release those limiting beliefs that you have. Now, we all have them, and there's certain things we can do to help really release that and identify it and move forward in a positive way. And one of the ways is Erin and I actually have a workshop that we do once a month. It's called Unlocking Your Potential. And it's just an hour-long workshop. We're really mindful to try to keep it in that hour frame, but it's a guided meditation that takes you through a process to really identify a limiting belief. And those limiting beliefs probably started when you were young and an experience that you had, and you created a story around it. And it doesn't mean that anyone that was around you during that time, was a bad person or anything. It was our young minds experienced this, and we created meaning from whatever experience it was, and it held us back, and it keeps holding us back. Even as we're adults, it keeps holding us back. So our subconscious allows us to go through and process that. So I would love for you guys to, if you want to experience this, I would love for you to join us. It's oursuccessgroup.com/unlock. If you want to join us, we have one coming up next week. I believe it's Thursday. We have one coming up, and I would love for you to join us, experience it, and see what happens when you begin exploring your limiting beliefs that you have and just really unlocking that potential that you have. It's really huge. So that is the one thing to kind of really help with that state of mind that we're in, really just identifying, examining, and rewriting those limiting beliefs to create more positive stories and meanings to them. And the other thing, and I've talked about this quite a bit on here, is just quieting that inner critic. When you catch yourself in that negative thought pattern, because it does almost become a habit, it becomes a habit of thinking a certain way about your abilities. And that inner critic has so much power. That inner critic can really, it protects us, right? It's our brain protecting us from whatever it is, judgment, fear of what people are thinking of us. Whatever it is, it's trying to keep us safe and protected. But what it's also doing is keeping us from living a life of fulfillment. It's keeping us safe. And my favorite quote, the first one, is everything you want is on the other side of fear. So all those things that you want is on the other side of fear. Fear is there not as a negative thing. I mean, fear is there, right? If you're in danger, okay, that's understandable. But once you assess that situation and realize your life or other people's lives probably aren't in danger. It's just that inner critic being really loud and keeping you safe, and you need to just take little steps to work through. And that's how you're going to build your self-confidence. You survive those risks and you keep building more and more confidence to keep getting you to where your dreams are, right? And working through that fear. So quieting that inner critic is huge here. And then my favorite is smiling. It's another way we can really start to not trick our brain, but use our natural abilities to help boost our mindset. Is smile. Smile sends positive signals to our brain. It tells us that things are good. And you can do that by when you're interacting with people, maybe making eye contact with them and smiling at them. It doesn't cost you anything. It might be a little awkward, maybe, I don't know, but what's the harm in smiling at someone? I smile at people all the time and I don't always receive anything back, and that's fine. It's just a habit that I've created and for myself, but it does make me feel good. You interact with the world in a more positive manner when you're smiling and just being friendly with other people. So I think that's another super tool that we all have access to, right? The other thing that I wrote down from an article I read was, and I had never really thought about this, but it makes sense, is adjusting your posture. So your body will send signals to your brain about how you're responding to life. So if you're like slouched over and just whatever, your body's going to send a message to your brain that says that it's in a negative place, right? And that's going to create those negative emotions, mood, whatever. And we're trying to use our natural abilities, right, to help our brain out, help our mind out, and create some more positivity. So just having better posture, just showing up in a more present way. Oh, this is a good story. So for those of you who don't know, I used to go to McDonald's for breakfast every day on my way into work. And it was something I would go because I loved Diet Coke and I loved their cookies. And my Egg McMuffin was a bonus, right? And so I would go there every morning and the lady would just say, "Oh, good morning, Smiley." And that's what she would say. And at first I was like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing. But then at the same time, I was like, well, if I'm going to be known for anything and I'm known as Smiley, I'll take it, right? And so it just, it definitely is how we interact with the world, and it brings positivity to yourself as well as to others. So there's really no harm there. Smile at a baby, and 99% of the time they will smile back. Oh, yes, that's so true. Oh, I love it. Yes. Aaron, I don't know if you're paying attention, but Aaron and Lewis like to make fun of me about babies because, yes, I do love to smile and interact with babies because they're just so sweet and innocent and they're so cute. And so they call me the baby creeper because if a baby is around, I'm always just kind of eyeing them up. So anyway, I'm glad you shared that, Wendy. Thank you. It's very true. And so, baby grubber. Oh, I love it. So anyway, a couple more things and then I'll be done for today. I know this might be going long, but there is all sorts of good nuggets in here that I wanted to share on ways that we can really use these natural things that we all can use that don't cost money necessarily to create more positivity for our mind, create us in a better state of mind so we can perceive the world with more positivity. The other thing, and I talked about it before with exercise, moving your body, releasing those endorphins, but whatever it is, just moving your body is so important, from stretching to walking, to just getting into a different space. If you can't actually go out and walk, just moving around a little bit, it just elevates your state of mind. It brings us, it releases that stress and releases those endorphins. So again, moving your body, I just want to highlight again, is really important. And I shared earlier with Rise and Shine Yoga. It's Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, and it's a way for us just for a half hour. We do very gentle yoga in the morning, just for a half hour, and it's great way to quiet your mind and just kind of allow us to process what we're experiencing, coming back to our breath, allowing us just to pause for a moment as we strengthen our body and quiet our minds. So it's really powerful. So again, if anyone wants to try Rise and Shine Yoga, please reach out. I'd love for you to try it. If you have questions or you're hesitant, just reach out and let me know. I'm more than happy to let you sit in on a class and see what it's all about. RiseShine.yoga. Check it out. Thank you, Erin, for doing that. So finally, just to kind of wrap all this up, we're going to come back to gratitude. Living a life filled with gratitude and abundance. That it's so simple. When we start to really be grateful for all the amazing things that we have in our life, when we really start to appreciate what we do have instead of what we don't have, it creates this magical thing for us. We start again vibrating at a higher frequency, and we start attracting more good things back to us. And so living a life full of gratitude and abundance is the other way that we can really help our state of mind and keep us in a more positive state versus the negative state that sometimes we can fall into when things can be difficult, right? And so we can take control. You can use all these little things, however they look for you. These are things that you can do just to kind of show up a little bit differently in the world that could potentially make huge changes for yourself and getting you to living the life of your dreams or enhancing your life. If you're already living your dream, that's awesome. Just enhancing that and creating that real solid foundation for yourself to stay in that place that you're at. So that's what I'm going to leave you with here today. Your call to achievement is to join us for Unlock Your Potential. It's next week, oursuccessgroup.com/unlock. You can sign up there, and Erin and I would love to have you. It is a safe place. It's not it's a judgment-free zone. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a judgment-free zone. So when you're there, yes, we're on Zoom. Yes, there will be people there that you might not know, but at the same time, everyone's there for the same reason. And so it's you already have that common bond when you're there. And then Erin and I are really good about just making sure everyone feels comfortable when they're there. And then just experience what happens from it, right? There is no harm in going through this process. If anything, it's just going to hopefully bring your awareness to some limiting beliefs that you might have been hanging on to for so many years. And once you identify it, rewrite that story and continue to move forward, who knows what could happen from it. So that's your call to achievement, oursuccessgroup.com/unlock. That is everything that I have today. Just popping in at a lunch party. Happy Thursday. Oh, Cindy, thanks for checking in. You're so good about that. I appreciate it. Happy you're here. So that's what I have for you today. Please reach out again if you have questions. If you want to take our conversation even further, you can join us on Bali. I don't know if I have a banner in there to pop up, but Volley, it's an app, and we can just send little short videos. Thank you, Erin. Short videos back and forth with each other and just continue our discussion. The cool part on Volley is Erin created a channel of daily gratitude. So I would love for you guys to join me on there. There's a few of us, we just pop on there and we just share quickly what we're grateful for the day. You don't have to have your makeup done. You don't have to look all ready for the day. You can just show up, and it's amazing when you hear other people's gratitude, when you hear the things that are going well for other people in their life and that they're choosing to focus on it. It fills you up. It makes you feel better, right? It's like the kindness effect and smiling and all those good things happen, right? And plus, you're surrounding yourself with other like-minded people who are really focusing on gratitude. It's really powerful. So, yeah. So thank you. Thanks for joining, Pamela. Thank you, Wendy. You guys are all awesome. I really appreciate your support being here. And thank you, Erin, for helping me today. It's awesome. I didn't know what to do with my hands because I wasn't looking all over the place. So I really appreciate that. And oh, there's my mom. I love sunshine and grateful for air conditioning. Yes, in Arizona, that's a must, right? In your pool. That's really important too. So, okay, I'm going to leave you guys today. Have a wonderful Thursday and great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.